Good morning. Before this silence, have you ever faced sorry, in your life when you felt this is the say that it's a cell phone and it's not so big letters here. When you felt this is the end, and then through the meditation, drama lifted you and brought you to this silence. Dharma lifted you. That's a good question. Dharma lifted you. It's like once you have you can you have tasted delicious food. You want to cook it for your family. So in this context, is once you find your inner peace and love, you want to share with it, share it with your family, with your friends, with somebody you know and somebody you don't know, because that's the best thing you can offer. And everybody can recognize that inner peace and love through meditation or through any authentic teaching. And it's automatically, I would say, it's a automatic expression. Why not? You can help yourself and help others. That's the best thing you can do, right? This is the end. Maybe you will say, so my understanding of your sentence, just repeat your sentence here. Have you ever faced, just sorry. Have you ever faced a storm in your life when you felt this event? Storm. I'm in a storm right now. Um, did you ever face challenge in your life and throughout quitting life? No, I don't have that tendency at all. No, in my whole life, I never experienced big challenges. Small challenges, yes. But every small challenge I faced before, I have a tendency to forget it very soon. And I always look at the better side of it. As a child, I mean, I fought with my classmates a couple of times when I was young in the class, like 9 or 10, like that. Boys always have a fight. We even had bleeding nose. That's my generation in China. But sooner or later, I forgot it. Also, I have a very quiet family life, especially when I was young. I never experienced my parents, fight between them. So I'm lucky in this way. Also, my tendency is to forget any discomfort or challenges and use and how to say enjoy life more in a positive way. And later on, especially when I practice Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine TCM, I think not everybody is like this. Not everybody think positively and forget, uh, you know, negativity very often or very much. They always remember the traumas. They always, cannot, how to say, survive from the challenges or cannot get through the challenges because they always look at the negative part. You see, everybody has challenges, big or small, right? Maybe it's financial, maybe it's a relation, maybe we failed the exam, maybe you don't succeed in the project, any type. But all it depends on how you look at it, how your perception, how to say, your perception, our perception determines how experience actually. Our perception is a filter of the true reality. The extreme case is that even in concentration camp in the Second World War, there's a happy people there. You know what I'm saying? It's very extreme case, but still, there are people try to live, not quitting the life because they always think positively and search for hope. But look at now, very small challenges will drown us. Our resistance to challenges is so small now. Anyway, everybody's situation is different, but everyone has a chance to be awakened to a level that nothing can shake you anymore. It's like being silent. No sound can really affect the silence because the sound is made of silence. It's like now, when you become total silent, no external sound or noise or internal chattering or thought can really disturb you. Again, I use that metaphor, a mirror and its reflections. No reflection of the mirror can damage or influence or hurt mirror itself. Make sense to you? So as a human being, our mind is conscious mirror, is a more than four-dimensional conscious mirror, reflects everything. So reflections in terms of what we can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, we can touch, and we can think. 6 senses. The inputs from the 6 senses or outputs from the mind as a thought are all the reflections in this conscious mind. And no reflection can really damage or hurt the pure mind or awareness. That's the Mahayana teaching. Mahayana is one branch of the Buddhism. That's the wisdom, the highest wisdom of Mahayana teaching. So when you study Heart Sutra, when 观自在菩萨行深般若波罗蜜多时，照见五蕴皆空. So that's in Chinese. So Heart Sutra, 心经. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, so it's a 观自在菩萨, it's a Bodhisattva. When he enters the deep meditation, he saw everything is empty. All the 5 skandhas are empty. And he can be free from suffering. Suffering ends after seeing the true reality. 观自在菩萨行深般若波罗蜜多 paramita, wisdom. The wisdom to go the other shore. The other shore is here and now. I'm a meditator and my life remaining miserable. There is, if something wrong with me, my life doesn't change for good, and maybe the transformation is taking time. I'm sorry to hear that. Everybody is in a karmic force. So what we have in now is due to our past behavior, thinking, and words. Okay. Like what the relationship, your parents, your education, the current, state of the mind and body and health and wealth is due to karmic force. We cannot change that part because it's already done. The part we can change is how to look at it, how you perceive it. Change your perception, all your experience will change. So fully accept what you're having now. You said it's miserable life. Take it, because it's a fruit of previous action. That's called karma. So I'm lucky. I lived a very happy and calm life, especially when I was young. I never saw my parents fight. Okay, I have very happy childhood. I fly kites in the mountain. On top of the mountain, I swim in the river. I play all kinds of games, not video games, but all the sports and games with my peers at that time, with my friends. It was so beautiful. So if I use Buddhism's teaching, I have very good karma. And to have this good karma, you need kind of merits like you accumulated from before, from your maybe previous life, if you believe that, or the early childhood behavior, thinking, how you perceive creates your world and will leads to it will evolves your world step by step through your action, words, and perception. So accept what you're having now, miserable or beautiful, and I don't think it's really terrible. At least you survive. Make sense? Once you can survive, you can change. That's the human capacity. That's the capacity as a human being. Because we have this conscious mind. If you want change, no one can stop you. If you don't want change, no one can change you either. It's all our conscious choice. You can try to make a little bit difference in a better way through very details of life, and through how you perceive people. Even you have trauma, people, how to say, abused you physically, emotionally, or you have been cheated, we have been, hurt. I don't know, because everybody has a different individual story, dramas. But the Buddha's teaching is that you can be freed from all the drama because it's all the reflections of your conscious mind. And no reflection can damage you, the pure awareness. That's the highest teaching. That's the teaching from Heart Sutra. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara see that 5 skandhas are empty, he can be free from all the sufferings. Maybe you're in the suffering right now, and trust me, it's a wrong identity. It's a wrong perception. Because you think it's real. All your experience is so real that you cannot get out of it. If you have an insight that you are in the dream right now, if let's say you have a very good friend, he's a director, like he can make movies, and he make a movie of whole your life, okay? Have every details of your childhood, of your family, of your education, and make a movie, your movie, and play it in a smart TV. It's 2 hours movie of your life, and you watched from outside. No matter how terrible the movie is or film is, you will be okay, right? Because you know it's unreal, it's fake, it's human made. But why you are suffering? Because it's mine. There's identity here. You identify yourself with all your experiences, pleasant or unpleasant. You identify it's me, then you suffer. Buddha's teaching is that you know that every experience you have experienced or you are experiencing now is illusion-like dream. So in Diamond Sutra, 一切有为法如梦幻泡影如露亦如电. So all the phenomena world is like bubbles, like lightning, like morning dew, like shadows. They are not real, they are transient. They comes and go. They come and go. You don't come and go. You, the pure awareness, is the thread that connects all your experience from moment to moment. Makes sense to you? 10 minutes ago, your awareness is there or was there. 1 minute ago, your awareness was there. Now your awareness is here or now. What's the difference between the awareness? Between the 10 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, and now? It's identical, trust me. Pure awareness is always be aware. That's all. But the contents of awareness changes from moment to moment. You're breathing, your heart beating, wind is blowing, seasoning is changing, the whole earth is spinning, time is passing. Everything in the awareness are changing. But the awareness itself is unchanging all the time. So if you identify with the contents of awareness, you suffer. Definitely, no matter how rich you are, how good relation you're having, because you're gonna lose that one day. Our parents will die. There's nothing stable in the phenomenal world. There's nothing stable. No matter how healthy you are as a young, like 20 years old boy, so bright, so sunny, so healthy, in 40 years, sickness will attack him. And it's true to everybody, right? Age, and everybody will become aged, become old. Nothing is permanent. If you try to grasp that everything is changing, we suffer. If you identify yourself with that, with a moment or situation or memory, you suffer. No matter it's pleasing or it's pleasant or unpleasant. Most time we always remember the unpleasant stuff. That's a psychology. There's a term in a psychology, negativity bias. We always remember the bad things. Trust me. For example, in 10 days, we have five things neutral. We experience 5 things neutral, 4 things good, 1 thing bad. Which one you're gonna remember? Bad things, and it will last longer. We have happy moments in the life, but we forget it very soon. But for the negative thing that happened in our life, we remember so clear. That's called negativity bias. Everybody is subject to the negativity bias. There's no problem about that. But if you want to awaken, you need to study some psychology too. And Buddhism is the greatest psychology. It's the great psychology. Because he studied the root of the thought, behavior, feelings, and emotions. If you think your life is miserable, you're miserable. Makes sense to you? It's very strange. If you think your life is miserable, your life is miserable. If you think your life is happy, you are happy. See that power of mind. There's 2 steps here. Maybe the external surroundings is unpleasant. is challenging, okay? But how you perceive will make difference. How you perceive will determine how you experience. Mind is the generator of the world. Imagine there's a bodhisattva or awakened being experience the same thing as you. A miserable external surroundings or relation or memory or trauma or physical bully by somebody. I don't know what's the details. But if there's an awakened one experience the same thing as you, as yours, how he will perceive everything is empty and all the experience, all the contents of the awareness are not me. So that perception will change how experience. He will not be miserable. You follow? Great, you got it. Oh, respect. Thank you. Thank you too. So you see, meditation contains two parts. Okay, listen carefully, my friend. First one is the understanding, or you can say as knowledge. If you don't know there's a New York, how do you go to New York? You see, if your friend, if you never heard about New York, will you go to New York someday? No. You have to know there's something called awakening, and there's a way of be free from suffering or miserable life. In this context is all the suffering is an illusion, and it is illusory. Okay, that's the primary understanding, and it's a essence of Buddha's teaching. Emptiness is the highest teaching of the Buddha. Emptiness also has a relation to so 3 marks of the existence. That's the Buddha's teaching. Three marks of existence. First one, emptiness. Second one, impermanence. Third one, no self. So beautiful. So simple, but the simplicity is very complex. Okay, very complicated. But 3 marks of existence: emptiness, impermanence, and non-self, highest teaching. of the Buddha. So meditation has two parts, knowledge. So you have to understand emptiness, impermanence, and non-self as a knowledge. You have to understand it first. Then you using your understanding, or you apply your understanding into everyday life, into your life you call miserable. You will see what you call miserable life or even happy life is just an illusion, is empty. And it's impermanent. There's no self, there's no true substantial essence in your feelings, emotions, your relationship, because it's fleeting. And every situation have to coexist with every other things or situations. So Thich Nhat Hanh has a very good teaching here. He used a flower. Once you see a flower, you see a flower cannot exist without sunlight, raindrops, planet Earth, bees, nutrition from the earth, and everything else. A flower cannot exist with every other elements. So a flower, when you see a flower, you see the sunlight, you see the planet Earth, you see the wind, you see the insects, you see everything. And a flower cannot exist, or a flower has to coexist with every other elements. So if you apply this to everything, actually everything is same, is so. My body, your body cannot exist without food, without uh, grocery, without our parents, without sunlight, without earth. So everything is a whole coexisting, interdependent, yet is a total one. So you have this insight, then you apply your insight in everyday life. So let's got two entrances: entrance of life, of knowledge, and entrance of practice. Is from Bodhidharma, the first patriarch of Chan. He used two entrances: knowledge and practice, practice and knowledge, knowledge, practice, practice, knowledge. A practice without knowledge is an aimless fly hitting the four walls of the room, and a knowledge without practice is kind of like a pianist that never played piano before. Anyway, so I have to end now because I have to pick up my son, and he's playing soccer in the field. So hopefully I answered the question, and see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Vancouver time. Thank you. See ya.